Welcome back, everybody. My name is Timothy Lemoyne of timothylemoyne.com. This is part 3 of building the one-board birdhouse. This particular one is called the 612 birdhouse because of the roof pitch. So in this video, we are taking a piece that we originally cut to 41 inches in length, and we're cutting tops, sides, bottom. And this is going to take us to the table saw. Check it out. All right, so I am over at the table saw. I'm actually taking a knee. I'm not quite this short. And right now I have the fence set up to 5 inches. We're gonna go ahead and rip this board. One of the things that I look for before I make a cut is imperfections. So on this particular piece, I have a looser knot. I want to have that away from the fence, so I cut that piece out. I do have other issues with this board. It's certainly not a perfect one, but I feel like that's the biggest thing that I want to cut out. So I am going to get rid of this by putting it away from the fence. So it'll pass through the saw like this. Hand position is so critical on this. Make sure that your left hand is acting like an anchor. Have the thumb down with the fingers on top. This hand never moves. This hand's going back behind. I'm hooking thumbs down, and I'm gonna pass this baby through. Don't forget that in the school shop, we want to push our piece all the way to the floor and make sure the saw stops before we grab our piece of wood. After you've ripped this board, then you have to cut the bottom first. Absolutely have to cut the bottom. Look at sheet 9, it tells you the sequence of events, and then go look at sheet 4 and make sure that you are measuring this to the correct length. Your next step, as always, is to mark your measurement with a tick mark. Put an X on the far side, and then be sure you're using a square to get a perfectly straight line in there. This is going to be your bottom. Be sure you spam it with your name so that you do not end up losing your parts later. After marking your bottom, your next step has to be over to the miter saw. A lot of kids are gonna go and they're gonna measure out their sides and mark all those things. That would be the wrong way to do things. Measure just for the bottom, then go cut. This is what your piece is gonna look like. It's 4 inches by 5 inches. Don't forget that you're gonna end up knocking off the corners on the scroll saw. Check those out. All right, so after you cut those corners off your bottom, it's gonna look about like this. You gotta have these corners taken off. This is what allows debris and moisture to get out of your birdhouse. Now you have a piece left. It's a little bit shorter than it was when you started, and all you're gonna do is measure a side, cut it. Measure another side, cut it. What's left over needs to be saved for your roof. All right, everybody, that is it for this particular part. Things that you should have, little inventory time. You should have a bottom with the corners cut off. You should have not 1, but 2 sides cut. Finally, you should have 1 leftover piece that is labeled as keep for your tops. That's gonna be in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe below. Thanks very much.